told you this weekend that I would probably make a video, and currently I'm on my way to the machine shop. We're going to take everything apart, rotating assembly. The cam is already out, and I suspect one of the cam bearings aren't round based on one of the marks that I saw before I dropped the block off. I'm going to take everything out with the machinist today, and then we will formulate our best educated guess and an opinion of what happened. I have my suspicions on what happened. I will hold out until I have the facts, and I will let you guys know. All right, first and foremost, this video is for the people who were interested in figuring out what the cause of failure was with me, as well as the boomers who are loving to see the video all the way through just to make a comment at the end. So I will first off start by saying that the machine shop and I have no ill feelings towards each other. I'm a businessman, they're obviously a business, and we both believe in handling things appropriately. So with that being said, I gave them a fair chance. I had my implications on what I thought would be the issue. And it's leaning in that direction, but it's hard to say whose fault. Like, just all the pieces aren't there, right? So the evidence kind of points to that there was probably some machining debris left in one of the oil passages. The reason I say that is because on the LS, oil pump, galley, goes to the barbell, drops down, hits the filter, comes back up from the filter, past the barbell, and it hits the very top of the block near the oil pressure sender. The cam gets the oiling first, and then the crank gets the rest. So the cam bearings look fine. They're not marred up, they're not ugly, they're not hateful. One of them is like 1/1000th away from being out of spec. They're brand new cam bearings put in, which is not bad. It's still within tolerance, right? So the in play, I checked in the car. Somebody said, how did you check it while it was in the car? Easy. Pan was off, crank was exposed, put a dial indicator on it, and swung the crank one way, swung it the other way, and I got 10/1000ths. Same thing on the engine stand, 10/1000ths. It was supposed to be 5. Normally shoot for 3/1000ths, but in that window, 3 and 4/1000ths on most of the builds. But usually end up with around 5. GM's tolerance is 8/1000ths max. I know you can do more, but that's not what we're doing here. We're setting it up to this spec. It's supposed to be this spec. It was this one, right? So it is what it is. We'll do something different with the thrust bearing next time. This time coming up next weekend. So the machine shop and I, like I said, have no ill feelings towards each other. My block was in the middle of a transitional shift for them, so it was in 3 different hands. So there's a lot of unknown uncertainties. However, this guy takes over in full responsibility. These guys don't exist anymore, so he doesn't care what happened with them. He just knows that it's not right. I'm a good customer. They will take care of the machining, he's going to take care of the bearings, and he's going to make it right. I'm happy with that because the alternative is that I would just be ass out, and we'll just call it ass out $7,000, based on machine shop labor, the new parts that I had bought that are damaged, gaskets, and then not fluids, labor, not even including labor. But I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about making it right. So they're going to take care of the machine shop portion as far as machining the block, putting new bearings in, setting it up, and we're going to assemble the engine together. I bought the rest of the stuff. I bought another new oil pump. I bought new front cover gasket. I bought a new rear timing cover and timing cover gasket. I bought a new valley cover gasket, oil pan gasket, head gaskets. Everything is new. New oil pressure sensor. Just everything is new. And I'm doing the billet aluminum barbell for the oil passage there too. So taking it apart, the initial inspection was that I said, the cam bearings look fine. The debris is all in the bottom end, which would lead me to believe that there was some machining debris on the inside, whether it came from when it was getting honed or on board, or if it was during the cam bearing install. It's hard to say. It's kind of a moot point right now. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blame shifting this person, that person. I just know in my heart that it was very minimal chance that it could be on my end, based on I flushed everything out. I flushed the dry sump tank out outside the car. I flushed it out with water, rinsed it, put oil in it, pressurized it, sent all the oil out. I burned up probably 120 bucks in oil, flushing everything between the oil cooler, the dry sump tank, and the oil pan. I don't play with oil. So again, I didn't take the engine out because there was a failure originally. I took it out because it's going from forced induction to an NA setup to have a reliable, fun setup. The Ram has taken over the straight line gig, so to speak. So the Corvette is just not a good performer. I'm not saying the Ram is a better performer either, but dollar for dollar, it has the better potential. So the Corvette's going back to a road course duty oriented build. The engine should be back next week or the following. We're going to assemble the engine together. I'm going to bring everything top to bottom, so there is no question. I'll bring the new oil pump. We'll align the oil pump together. I'm going to bring the oil pan. We're going to set everything up. It's going to be a long block when it's done. No short block, no guessing, no nothing. The lifters and the oil pan were the only thing that I reused last time that I put in. The camshaft was new, oil pump was new, all the covers were new. Again, buying new stuff, so it's no question. The lifters, they checked out okay as well. I have a hard time buying another set of $1,000 lifters for no good reason. So probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll probably drop the motor back in and get back to putting it together and getting it tuned. I'll probably even rent out the dyno next door and break the engine in over there. So effectively where we're at is that I'm not blaming him, he's not blaming me. What we're doing is we're both moving forward, but we're both making it right. I'll eat parts on my end, he's gonna eat parts and labor on his end, and then I'll put the engine back in, and just restart from there. So we're gonna put it back together, 100% long block, and it's gonna go from there, here, car, and should be able to, prime it back up and hit the key and start breaking the engine in, and we should be good. I will do the same exact thing I did this time. I have 4 filters now that are brand new. I've got plenty of oil. I will break it in, and I will drop the oil, take a sample of it, break it in, drop a sample, and just keep on the process and just make sure that if there is any problem, it's caught again before it gets too bad. I don't suspect that there will be an issue. I hope there's not an issue. I really look forward to driving this car again. It's been a long time. So we'll see how it goes.